So you're helping entrepreneurs, just entrepreneurs crush it with books, or just anybody?
I mean, honestly, anybody, right? And so so far, I think like entrepreneurs, business owners, celebrities, non-celebrities, anybody who has value, honestly. Like I'm actually working with a young lady who's in college. She just graduated, so she's a doctoral student, so she just graduated college, but she's writing a book on how to successfully get through high school in order to get to college, right? So that's value. So anybody who has value, that's what I'm working with. But one of the things that I've realized is that most people who write books, they're writing the books first and then thinking about how to market it after. Worst thing to do.
But the people, based on my assumptions, what I see, the people that write books first and don't focus on marketing the books are the people that got 500 books in their garage.
Absolutely. Those are the people who got 500 books in their garage. Those are the people who are on Facebook talking about ain't no money in self-publishing book, right? Like, I swear I used to hear that. I'm like, yo, I don't know what y'all talking about. But yeah, those are those people because, there's a group of people who just want the name author. I'm an author. Oh, I wrote a book. Oh, so when they do, Thanksgiving and whatever, they're able to walk around like it's a badge that they can wear.
Right.
But I mean, I'm living testament that, books will change your whole entire life, right? Because, as my background, I'm a banker, right? I was a CEO of a credit union. When I left banking to become an entrepreneur, I used to try to, wear that as a badge. Like, oh yeah, I was one of the youngest CEOs of a bank, right? Nobody care about that, right? Nobody care about former or nothing, right? The moment that I learned the book game and I wrote a book, and now instead of like, oh, this is a former VP at Chase or it was like, oh, this is the author of Mind Right, Money Right, 10 Laws of Financial Freedom. Now I'm like, oh, author. So it had this level of prestige. And the book itself, right, if you focus on value though, right, that's what I tell about my students and people that I work with. Focus on value, like what is your book gonna do for other people? When you focus on that, it's gonna open up so many doors, right? So now as an author, I'm able to get coaching clients. I'm able to do, 5-figure speaking gigs. I'm able to, go to schools and, there's just so much that can happen with that. And so I think that understanding that books is just the beginning part of it, but you can literally build wealth using your knowledge if your knowledge provides value to somebody else,
Yeah, that's good. I think one of the things I always say to authors, because I totally agree with everything you're saying, right? Because my thing is, I don't want to write nothing ain't nobody gonna read.
Absolutely. Agree.
Like if I can't get that joint in somebody's hand, this is probably like the biggest. Now there are some people, like you said, it's some people that's pure writers. Like I just love to write. I don't care if anybody ever turns this page. I can't.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
If anybody turning that page, and most people are not purists like that. There's a few purists I know where they just like writing is their gift, but most people like writing because they want somebody to read it. I want to ask you about this. Another thing I see people say. Again, right, it's like they want to write the book. I feel like they don't focus on what the goal is. I had a woman one time, and I thought about this. I had a woman one time say, I want to get this book into the hands of, 20,000 women, 30,000 women or something like that. And I was telling her, well, based on what you want to do, then that can dictate your marketing. It's like what you said, right? Start with the end in mind.
Absolutely.
That can dictate your marketing too.
Absolutely.
Because if I'm saying I want to get to the hands of 30,000 people, and I'm just selling that joint off my website, that's going to be a slow roll.
Absolutely.
So then maybe it's something else. Maybe I need to try to partner with, I'm going to be a speaker like you and partner with corporations where I can like move big bulks of them every time I speak. Or maybe I can do a free plus shipping like we do, right? And I can get it out in people's hands and then make the money off something else I sell on the back end. But like what other mistakes, like one or two other mistakes you see people make?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the biggest, right? I think the biggest is not starting with the end in mind. I think the biggest mistake that authors do is that they just want the product out. They have this great idea and they are thinking of this idea and then they work in their goals from their idea opposed to starting with the end in mind and then working backwards, right? Because to your point, if you start with the end in mind, that's gonna dictate the title of your book. That's gonna dictate the cover of your book. That's gonna dictate who you're gonna reach out to. Like if I'm writing a book and I want it in school districts and I'm not appealing to the students and it's adult language or right, like if I wrote it first and then it's not gonna work. And so I think one of the biggest mistakes is really not starting with the end in mind. Another mistake that I think authors do is that they don't test the market, right? Mm-hmm. They just believe that their idea is a great idea, and they just kind of run with it. Like anybody who say,
can you tell the story you told me?
Oh man, so this story is the best story, right? So 2017, June, I know the date and everything, right? June 30th, 2017, at midnight, Jay-Z drops the 444 album. And so I heard the album. I'm excited because Jay's a trendsetter. So the moment I heard the story of OJ where he's like, yo, don't go to the strip clubs, focus on your credit, I was like, yo, this is the same dude that got people to stop wearing throwbacks and, you know what I'm saying, and put button-ups. So I said, oh, this financial literacy game will go crazy. So I did a workshop in a school and was teaching principles from that, right? Students came to me afterwards and were like, oh, this is great. I need more information. And so the idea was like, yo, I should make Jay-Z's album into a book, right? But I never did anything like that before. I didn't really see any examples of it, so I didn't know if it was going to work. And so literally, I went to Fiverr.com and I paid, I want to say like $10, honestly. I paid like $10 and got somebody to make a fake cover for me. I hadn't written a word of a book at all. I had a fake cover and I posted it on Instagram. I was like, yo, coming soon, the wake up. I thought that this was the wake up call. I'm like, oh, if you don't get what Jay-Z trying to say about money, at Generation Wealth, this is the wake up call. So I put it out, right? Fake cover. Oh my DMs, everybody like, when is available? When is? And so it was so bombarding that even before I finished the book, I put it up for pre-sales. I sold 2,500 copies. Like, this is my best-selling books, since because what happens off a Fiverr image, off a $10 Fiverr image, I was able to sell 2,500 copies of a book pre-sold before I even wrote it because I knew that the market wanted it, right? And so it costs somebody nothing, and people are so afraid of like, if I put it out there, somebody's gonna steal my idea, all that stuff. It's possible, right? But people are not good executors, right? So the probability of you putting an idea up there. So first of all, here's the truth. Anybody who's a great executor probably doesn't even see your thing because they're busy doing what? Executing. And so the person that would see and say it's a good idea and steal it is executing on so many other things that they're not even gonna see it. And so just put it out there, And so I put it out there. I test the market. I wanted to see it. So a lot of people, I tell authors, like, if you have not your, this is what I say, right? Not your friends and family though. Don't test it with your friends and family. Because your friends and family, they're gonna support you for the most part. Right. They're gonna support you because it's you. I want to know if you put this book out to a total stranger who never heard of you before in their lives, would they be willing to ask questions about this product? Because can this product solve a problem for them? And if the answer is yes, then you got to move on it. You know what I mean? So I think starting with the end in mind, knowing who you want to target, but then also test the market out, right? Test it out, see how viable it is, And then once you know it's viable, then now you kind of go backwards. I would say the last thing mistake that I think people do is that they actually write their books. Right? And the reason why I say it's one of the worst things is because think about it, right? Like if I ask you, right, write down what your company does, right? Tell me about Tyler New Media, and I'll tell you to write it down. It's probably gonna take about 2 minutes to do so, right? Like to literally write it down. But I say, yo, Tyler, tell me about, tell Lamar, tell me about Tyler New Media, 13 seconds, probably. Right? Yep. So think about, and you'll probably have stories. In that 2 minutes it took you to write it, you could tell me about your company and give me examples, introduce me to your staff. Like you can do all that.
You talk too much.
Exactly. And so the goal of writing a book, I think, for me, I've been teaching how to dictate, right? Because start with it in their mind, tell me what you want your person to learn, work backwards, test the market, and now once you outline the book the right way, just tell me the story. Pretend like you in a crowd, teaching.
Yeah.
And then you'll get the brain dump. You'll get all the stories out at such a fast pace that all it takes now is to delegate the rest. And now you got a book in no time. I'm talking about like, I got books that do numbers that I wrote in a few weeks. Like because I brain dump. I said, all right, I know how to talk. Let me brain dump, and then after I brain dump, I don't even got to do the work no more. Let me send it to somebody who's a developmental editor. Let them work. They know what I meant because I gave you everything. They're gonna add and take away and then do all the research stuff and all that. All right, let them do that. You know what I'm saying? And so it's been a blessing. And then once you have a book, and that's the other thing though too. That's why I tell authors, once you have a book that's valuable, people are gonna want more. Right, and so if I'm able to show you my value in this book, let me see what your business does. Let me see what let me Patreon. If I am a seamstress, right, and I'll take it extreme as that. If I'm a seamstress and I could give you value, I could teach you how to do something in that space. If I give you so much value, you may want to come to my shop. You may say, this person has their own clothing line. Let me buy their clothes. And so people just look at the book as, it's just book. There's no money in that. But the back end money that you can get from it,
That's what I say all the time. I say my book is, like you said, it's just a gateway into everything else that I do.
Yeah.
And if I can get you to get the book in your hand, it's step one. If I can get you to read the book, it's game over.
Absolutely.
If I can get that transformational mindset shift from you reading the book, from the time you get to that last page, and you get value out of that, that's nothing compared to what you'll get in person, in a program, at an event, on a Facebook Live even, right? Because then if you love the book, when I'm gonna show you on a video, right, it's gonna be game over.
It's even game over, and that's the thing, right? Because and it's like going into a mall, right? You go into a mall and sandwich shop has a new sandwich. They're not gonna start pushing the whole sandwich to you. They're gonna chop that up and they're gonna give you a piece. They're gonna say, hey, taste this sandwich. And if you love that sandwich, if it did something to you, that little piece on that toothpick, you're gonna be like, all right, let me come back for the whole thing. And so that's what books are, right? Books are just a sample, right? But the thing is, though, it's a sample that they're paying for, first and foremost. And so if you could, it's one of those things that people are willing to risk, right? Because it's a low price point. And so if you never heard of Ash Cash and you're like, I don't know this guy. He's on Amazon. Let me go buy one of his books. It's easy. And then now, once you read the book, like you said, to buy it, that's progress. But if you read it, it's game over. Because now when you read it, you're like, where has this guy been all my life? Now you can add value on a different level.
Hey guys, this is Lamar Tyler, creator and founder of Traffic, Sales, and Profit. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Then scroll down below because I have links to us, right, me and Traffic, Sales, and Profit on our social platforms. I want to make sure you get all the free content, the free challenges, and information about our events. The best place to do that is on social. Joins tens of thousands of entrepreneurs just like you that are working to hit the next level in their businesses.